Hello everybody, it is water tips. As you know, we went back from the last video I made, which is about the Attack Brainiac video. Now I'm going to be going to the next mission. First, you want me to see we're situated with our other things. Let's go to the vendors real quick.
Keeping your equipment in good working order makes all the difference, as well as making sure you've got the latest, greatest gear.
Okay, everything looks like it's all up to date. You always want to check the vendors as much as you can.
Star Labs' goal is to keep our allies equipped with the most advanced technology.
Next missions in between. It's just something I got in the habit of doing, just going in between the vendors and checking things out. As you can see, the exploration, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So what you want to do is go to your journal, of course, again. Access pest control, which is the beginning of the mission for the Hive mission we're going to be doing today.
Superman speaking. Given your past work, I know you're the one to handle this situation. The Hive and Queen Bee are usually more interested.
As you can see, I still don't exactly have the super flight yet. I believe after this mission we will get it though. Once we complete the Hive mission, I will have super speed, and maybe I can actually show you real quick what it looks like, for those of you who aren't really familiar with it. Okay, so we're heading over to the Hive mission. As you can see your map right there. Always check your upper right hand compass map with the yellow arrow that shows you where to go to the orange location on the map from Metropolis. And here's the area. Before we start on this mission, as you can see, there's a few of the ads down there we have to take out, but before we do that, this is one other thing that I suggest you do before you start the mission, is get these little side missions. Here's Corporal Holmes. You gotta talk to him, get another side mission.
You can grab some of those blasting scepters from the Hive stingers. They're loaded with neurotoxin, and we need some way to neutralize it. The more scepters we can get, the more likely we can work up a defense.
So for this mission, we start out this area here. We gotta collect the stinger scepters from the stingers. So you see a couple up here.
Death to those that oppose the Hive.
I'll take out Hive workers, stealing the exabytes. Always do a combination of both.
The swarm cannot be stopped.
Do something!
Death to those that oppose the Hive.
Just gotta take a combination of your powers together, combine them to take out enemies as quickly and efficiently as possible.
Sting of Sassal's wrath. The swarm cannot be stopped. These exabytes belong to Queen Sassala. Sting of Sassal's wrath. Cannot be Queen Sassala.
There's an investigation, go ahead and collect it.
Hive mind transmission. Primary training mandate. Swarm them.
Still got a few more stingers
These
to collect.
exabytes belong to Queen Sassala.
Pardon me. Here's one of the Protect Star Labs Forces missions. We'll go ahead and do this right here. As you can see, you gotta see by the blue that you got a certain amount of time to protect them before they get taken out by the drones or whoever. So you gotta protect them.
Feel the sting of Sassal's wrath.
I think we got them. First, got two more to save.
These exabytes belong to Queen Sassala.
Just completed the stingers.
Good tidings. I am Mara, Queen of Atlantis. I am contacting you on behalf of my king and husband, Arthur. You may know him as Aquaman. Please meet me at the docks in Central City. but use caution. The streets are under siege.
And as you just heard, that's Queen Mira. That's actually a new mission, as opposed to, because this is like actually 2018. These are missions. This is actually brand new videos that I'm actually posting. So that was Queen Mira. That's a new mission. I believe it's called Deluge, or Deluge, however you want to say it. That's something that I will probably show eventually. There's plenty of time to show, but right now I just want to concentrate on let people up and the new people that are wanting to get up to high, that are low, that want to get more experience to get. We need to protect one more guy over here. Looks like he's almost about to expire. Hopefully we can save him in time. Oh, he actually got taken out. So let's go to somebody else.
I think we would have made it out of here without you.
Okay, we just finished that. As you can see, I'm now level 10. I will explain something in a minute here after I use my skill point. We got one skill point, as you can see. Go to your journal. You want to go to your weapons. But see, now that we got this done, as you can see, some more things have unlocked. There's skimming is available now, and iconic power is available. Just want to select whichever is up to you. Like, you know, you go into water. This kind of explains, you know, what the next mission is to get your next power. As you can see, level 10, I just acquired the healer roll power because the healer roll is now available. And you can go to loadouts. So you can look at your loadout, see what you got. So far we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 powers, and there's actually 4 powers available altogether. There's skimming, which you go to skimming and unlock your flight. Your skimming super flight, which is what we're going to do, hyper skimming it's called. I'm going to go ahead and unlock that because we want to get this faster speed going to be able to move around faster and more efficiently. Also, there's iconic powers. You can select iconic powers. Basically, they're all special powers you can use in the game. Some are more useful than others, but you can make your selection. You don't have to upgrade your speed or your flight or whatever if you don't want to. It's just something I done, the choice I made, but you probably want to upgrade your speed or whatever as soon as possible, just because I'll show you. So you can see how fast I'm going now. All you do is hold down the L3 button, and that's how fast. See how much faster I'm going. And to seize back on the speed, you just tap back on the L3 button. It stops you down. You can go regular speed like this. One thing you can't do anymore with this, I should probably mention, is you can't push it down to go manually and do the regular, what is it? I'm looking for here. Autopilot, I guess you could call it. That's the only word I can think of. You can't do that anymore. If you just push it down, you're just going to go super speed. So, but you can slow it down and go regular by just holding the L3 button forward. As you can see, we got some new enemies over here, the world drones. It's gonna be part of this mission. I'll go ahead and kill this one to show you. So basically, now that we're level 10, what you want to decide, I forgot to mention earlier, is you have the ability to unlock a role now. So if you push up on the control pad, you'll see where it says switch role. If you switch role, you'll see the icon change to the role that you switch to, which is healer role, because I'm a water-based power, and there's DPS and healer role switches. So as you can see, I'm a healer now. I think most of the powers that I have in my loadout aren't healing powers, but it differs when you're a healer. Basically, let me just show you. If you go into loadouts, and I put this power in, which is called Soothing Mist, in place of this one, which is Crashing Wave. And then I can see I'll put this one back in here. There we go. As you can see now, I can use that to heal. If I push, now it's in a different spot. So you go down L2 or whatever button you do to access the button and push square. And that's my healing power. And it'll be more powerful now that I'm a healer role. But my attacks will be weaker since I'm healer. But what I'm going to do is, I'm probably just going to switch back to DPS because I want to make my character DPS. You can actually do a main role for your character, whatever you want to decide. If you feel that healer is what you want to be, you can stay as a healer throughout your leveling up and history in the game. Otherwise, you can always switch back and forth, which we'll talk about later. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my DPS role though. As you can see, we've gone to the next part of our mission here. What you want to do is select back to journal and switch back on to pest control because we're not finished with it yet. There is a new mission available,
Superman speaking.
which I will
Given
show
your
you.
past work, I know you're the one to handle this situation. The Hive and Queen Bee are usually more interested in creating drones than hijacking trucks. But that's just what they're doing at the Metropolis Metrodome. They're attacking Star Labs transports to steal mass payloads of exobytes. We must reduce our losses. Those exobytes are critical to defeating Brainiac.
So you want to talk to Captain Rican and Lieutenant Coolidge. These are missions that not everybody always picks. As you notice, some players just kind of go through, they don't do all the side missions. I like to do every side mission as much as possible, because when you do that, you actually gain experience. It's actually a pretty good thing to do. So you want to talk to Captain Rican?
It's a real mess out there. If you can put a dent in their supplies, we might just get a
Lieutenant
foothold
Coolidge?
on the compound. We've got a plan to weaken Hive's their fuel canisters, Mr. Knock out some of the royal drones.
Now there's more missions available.
We can use report back to me.
Pardon me. So you want to continue to take out your royal drones rovers in your way so that you can complete the missions. You block there, so I go like this. Another royal drone. And see, some attacks for long distance, so if you keep using them like that, you can just take them out. So. The Shark's actually a pretty efficient attack. It takes a minute to respawn, or what do you call it, the rotation. But once he comes back, you just do whatever powers you combine them, see what I'm saying? And I can still heal myself if I want. That's the good thing about water powers. In some different powers, you can still heal yourself, despite what roll you are. It's just the potency for the healing roll on a DPS particular thing is probably not going to be as much as it is when you're healer roll. Just keep that in mind. Whatever roll you pick, if you're DPS, the damage output's going to be more than what a healer if you're healer based. Actually, you know what? I actually just, this will happen sometimes if you're not totally aware of your... Oops. As you can see, this is my new power. You tap the triangle button twice, hold on a third time, you'll do pulse beam. That's pulse beam. It's very effective because you can take damage over time out of somebody, lasts a few seconds, about 3.5 seconds or so. Anyway, I'm going back to the other missions, previous mission, because I actually forgot to complete one, which is protect the Star Lab forces. Silly me. Anyway, I'm going to go back and complete one of these and finish off this one. Take a second.
Proximity alert.
That's why it's important to always check how many numbers of people you have to help in your missions on the side. As you can see, I've had to protect 4 out of the 4, and I've got 3 out of the 4, so I got to finish it up here. And we got him.
I'm accessing the Hive's latest information. I don't understand why they
so now
would
we can
want
go back and complete
exobytes.
other mission.
They're just mindless drones under the influence of Queen Zazala's hypnopollen. Which, by the way, you should not breathe. Got it?
Because now that we went back and completed that I missed to do, we can continue with these missions. Right now we're just destroying the Hive supplies.
Fortress to defend their stolen exobytes and spread their mind-controlling hypnopollen across the city. Take out those dispensers and tag the exobyte containers for pickup. Star Labs will take it from there.
Our investigation.
Hive mind
Make sure they're all over
transmission.
Metropolis.
Navigation matrix
Depending on where you're at,
1226
Gotham,
is
Metropolis.
offline.
Looks good, Command.
As As you can see, I'm just destroying the Hive Hypnopollen dispensers as well. So there's quite a bit of add-on missions over here. I'm just trying to get them all as quickly as possible, so we can go to the next part.
Confirmed, Command. Confirmed, HQ.
The reason why I'm doing all these missions, like I said earlier, is the more side missions you do together, as much as possible for each main mission you do, like this is the Hive mission, the more likely you'll get more experience and level up faster. This is something that I like to tell everybody, because some people don't do all the side missions, they'll just do certain ones, and they won't get the most experience to the best of their ability to be able to level up. So this is something that I always like to explain. Sometimes you have to be a certain length or distance between a guy and the enemy, so you can make some of these powers work. They won't always catch them if you don't do it like that. That's why I like the hand blast, because you can do both short range attacks like that, and you can also do long range attacks. As you can see, the pulse beam, that's a long range attack. So is that. It really helps when you can do both. That's why I like hand blast. See, I believe we're finished, and we're actually 11. We just got a new power, which is supercharged.
And spread their mind-controlling pollen across the city. Take out those dispensers and tag the exobyte containers for pickup. Star Labs will take it from there.
Yay. So basically, we gained to level 11.
Bad news.
This is Luther to LexCorp. Keep the bugs away from my exobytes at all costs. I'm sending in reinforcements to help beat back the Hive, so I repeat, defend the exobytes. Sacrifice yourself if necessary. Are we clear? Luther out.
I'll explain supercharge after these little investigations I'm collecting.
Hive mind transmission. Drones, discard armor plating for upgrades.
Next mission's hold the line. You always want to check your journal all the time, but check to make sure you get all your little side missions. This is what I do. Some people don't do all these, but I'm telling you, if you do every single side mission for each major mission, you'll never have to worry about coming back and completing them later on in the game, and you'll get more experience than most people. That's why I like to take my time more with these. So now we gotta do hold the line, which is this part. I'll explain the supercharge after this part here. It only takes a second for this part. What you gotta do here is have the defense program turrets and defend the station from killer bees, so I gotta turn this on like this, and then they'll come and try to destroy it. You gotta defend the little station right there. Kinda like the neural array you did in the Gorilla Grodd mission, sort of. Gotta protect it by killing them. We're gonna keep going for a little bit. Pardon me. It's almost done. You can see that it's time about it, blue, going in blue. Once the blue is fully enclosed, it'll be done. And once this first one, I gotta do one more. Here's the second one. You gotta make sure that you protect it. If you don't protect it successfully, they'll destroy it. Just gotta do it again. believe that's almost done. There we go, we just completed that one. I go to your journal, select the Hornet's Nest, which is where the actual main mission is going to be, where I believe the Queen Bee is at. You'll get to see her inside the mission. We're going to be facing her and trying to defeat her.
Bad news. Queen Bee's drones have LexCorp and Starlab scientists hostage inside the Metrodome. We must free those scientists before she steals their minds and converts them into drones.
So anyway, before I go in here, I head into the Hive base mission, the main one. I'm going to explain supercharge. Basically, all powers have a supercharge. There's various ones, up to 4 or 5 of them. This one particular one's a healing one. I'll go ahead and activate it real quick to show what it looks like. Puts up a pool and heals everybody in your group or yourself. Now, as you can see, the supercharge, there has a little yellow bar that's around it that constantly adds up or builds up as you attack people. I can show that when I get inside. As you can see, every time you use it, it depletes the orange bar around it. If you look in your upper left-hand corner of your name, where your name's at, there's a health bar, which is in the yellow, I believe. And underneath that's a blue bar. The yellow bar, of course, if I explained it before, a green-looking bar, is your health. So every time you get hit, it depletes. And if it goes all the way down, of course, you get knocked out. And you have to go start over from where, rally up where you left off. The blue bar is for your power. See, as I use power, you can see it constantly goes down and depletes. The more powers you use, the more it goes down. See. Now, the orange bar below that fills up. As you can see, it goes to the very end. Every time I attack somebody, it'll fill up, as well as the bar down there, the power. Once it's filled up all the way, like you just saw, I'll be able to use it. That's why it's called supercharge. You fill it up, and a supercharge attack will help out every so often. The only problem with them is they have to be filled up to be able to use, so you have to constantly build them up. And there are certain things you can get later on in the game, which I'll explain way later in the game, where you can actually get it so it fills up quicker. Anyhow, let's go ahead into the mission so we can defeat Queen Bee and stop her perilous tyranny. Okay, so we just mission. See, as you can see, the first little mission says you have to find the scientists and defeat Hive troops. We're going to talk to the infiltrator here to start the mission.
My squad was infiltrating the Hive's defenses when we came across LexCorp troops looting the place. They fired on us and ran. We got to round them up before they cause more trouble. You can start with that.
As you can see, I have to arrest the LexCorp Spec Ops. There's 3 of them. This is the first one. You can tell by the little icon above them says handcuffs. Here's another one, Spec Ops.
You want some of this?
As you can see, take it down successfully. That's the second one.
I got my rights.
There'll be various, like I said, Hive ads in here and NPCs you have to take away will try and stop you from reaching Queen Bee. Trying to protect their lair. Here's a technician, Morgan. You have to save him. He's one of the scientists.
Well, about
that's
time.
1 out of 4.
Like I'd ever tell the Hive anything about exobytes.
I have to use a combination of my powers and my attacks. It's really good that you try and use your attacks anyway to the best of your advantage. Using your attacks by themselves and getting more familiar with your attacks can better so you won't rely on your powers. Investigation, 4 out of 6.
Ensure neural devices always function at optimal parameters.
As you can see, you probably noticed in some of the previous videos I showed you in certain missions that are treasure chests you can actually find. And when you damage them, they give you rewards for them. That's what I'm looking for right now. Sometimes they're always scattered out throughout the mission, but in different areas. It's not always in the same spot. Here's another Spec Ops guy.
The science police are in Starlab's pocket. Show them who's boss.
I believe that is
when Luther hears
all
about
of them.
this, you're going down.
And as you can see, I got Herald on their feet. If you give you points, and every so often they'll give you actual skill point if you get enough of them. That's why they're very vital that you try and get them as many as you can. And as you go through the missions again and again, for other characters that you make in the game, which I'll explain later, you can go back and if you remember where these are, you can keep getting defeats over and over again, so that you can keep building up your skill points.
About time someone showed up. I have too much work and not enough time.
Another Spec Ops person.
Everybody knows you're working for Star Labs.
Okay, as you can see, there's another scientist, Technical Hallish is his name. Weird name. You go up, you have to help him. This will be the third scientist that you have to help.
Excellent. I had calculated the odds of actually getting out of this alive to only be 2%.
Go down here. And here's the last and final scientist. I believe every time you get this scientist, every time you do this mission, it always gives you a bunch of experience. You'll see my bar down below, my powers. It's a purple bar. Do you see how it spiked so dramatically after I rescued that last scientist? In some missions, the experience they give you will be quite a big deal. As you can see, the bars down there, if you haven't noticed before, once they fill up all the way to the top, that's when you get your next level. That's how you know. As you can see, I got like 2 and about a little more than a half bar left before I gain to level 12. I'll probably gain a level after this mission is complete, I believe, so.
Hive mind transmission. Target acquired. Sting them!
Deactivates the force field in here, which I will do in a minute. Another Spec Ops person.
Everybody knows you're working for Star Labs.
I believe I don't see the treasure box. Let's see if we can... Okay, so it's not in this room. That means it might be at the end of the mission. They have it in various spots. As you can see, there's another Spec Ops guy over here. Try and get every single one of them to get the feats sometimes. Kill them all, see. I think you already got the feat for these guys, but you just want to try and get all of it as much as you can. Get more experience. Here's a turn when you have to use a deactivate the force field. I always get it last. People probably get it right away. I usually do it last. This is how I do it. It deactivates the force field. Continuing on, here's the next room. As you can see, there's a bunch of workers in here you have to defeat. Couple sharks in there. Another Spec Ops person. There's quite a bit of them in here, but like I said, you only have to pretty much handcuff about 4 of them, I believe.
I got my rights!
Let's look around a little bit. No, still no treasure box yet. I have a feeling it might be at the end of this mission, so let's go over here. As you can see, we alerted the Hive Minder, so he's gonna go ahead. He's gonna alert Queen Bee about it. Whoops.
Alert Hive soldier bees.
He's kind of falling over here. He kind of disappears, but more of these guys have to fight. But they've been alerted now, so they actually know of your presence. As you can see, we successfully depleted those little drones. Now we get to the main event, Queen Bee. What I usually do is before this starts right here, as you look off to the left, you'll see a Spec Ops guy. They try hard before the cinematic, before the movie starts to fight. You can take him out usually before you start it. Successfully. Now I can start the mission, the movie.
The Hive mind has been breached. Overriding directive. Bring the exobytes to Brainiac. Bring the exobytes to Brainiac.
Bring the exobytes to Brainiac! Guards! Protect your queen with your lives!
Destroy the intruder! That stings!
Be one with my hive mind!
Oh, if you can kind of sit to the treasure box, I'm gonna go and get that now.
For the hive!
Keep away from her, Pollen. I will serve the queen.
Serve me!
If you get hit by her hypnopollen, she will hypnotize you, and
You are one mind.
she just hypnotizes guys and they don't fight me, so I had to kill him. There's a block, so they won't affect you. The pollen.
I will crush your independence! Such vigor! You will make a fine drone, but you must learn
See anything over level
obedience.
12? Got some loot. Let's get the loot. Get this guy over here, Spec Ops guy. Ooh, get another skill point.
Shield now active. Signaling.
Alright guys, enjoy the movie.
From many, one. One mind. One goal. One queen. So they think they are mighty. They think their sworn rival's mine. Soon all of their thoughts will be for me alone. All minds will be one mind. Mine! Brainiac has promised this. Brainiac, I obey. The hive mind has one mind, one queen, and now a king.